and welcome to SLC TV, where I unpack all of my best brand and biz strategies and dish them out to you in bite-sized pieces so that you can win right now. Today we're going to be dispelling the myth that you always have to have money to make money. This topic is near and dear to me because I have been paralyzed by this belief before, and I know that so many of you still are. So I can't wait to help you push past this roadblock, so let's jump right in. I can't tell you how many times I hear people say that the reason they don't start a business is money. It's the number one answer I get when I ask people what their biggest setback is. And I also can't tell you how truly sad that makes me, because I am a believer that everyone should live a life they own and do something that lights them up. Now, maybe your real job does that for you. But if it doesn't, money shouldn't be what keeps you from taking the steps to design your unique life. Because as my grandmother would say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Sorry, I don't condone skinning cats at all, but you get the point. So here's the deal. If there's a particular thing that you are passionate about and that you would love to be able to do every day, then do something. Just meet yourself where you are and start somewhere. The good news is that starting a business is not the easiest thing you'll ever do, and if it was, everyone would do it, right? So is that good news? Yes, because the point that I'm trying to make is that there is so much planning and so much behind the scenes work that goes into establishing a business well and establishing it the right way, that there are literally tons of legitimately productive things that you can accomplish right now without spending one red cent. And in the long run, you are going to be very glad that you did these things first. And there's a bonus, because some of these things, actually a lot of these things, are going to help you if you find yourself at some point down the road needing a little bit of help with capital, okay? So just tell me what to do already, right? Well, there are so many things, but I'm going to give you the ones that I feel are going to be the keys to giving you the most progress up front, and also a couple of things that I really wish that I had done from the beginning instead of 6 months, a year and a half later, when I had to go back and revisit those things because I had not been as thorough as I should have been. All right, so one more thing, I've created a workbook to go along with this. It's going to help you walk through all of these steps. It's going to have some extra details that maybe aren't in the video or the blog post, and you can download it below. Just find the Passion to Action Business Planner link in the description and go ahead and grab that, and then come back if you want to follow along, or download it after the video, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is develop a viable business idea. Now, it's important to note the word viable here, because not just any idea will work, obviously, and some ideas are going to be better than others. So you want to at least make sure that you have a market, and doing this step first gives you an opportunity to pivot or adjust if you need to right out of the gate, instead of realizing that you're headed for a dead end after you're in debt. Now, you should also decide whether you will be offering products or services, or a combination of both, and if you will be digital or brick and mortar, or a combination of both of those. And any and all of these options are perfectly fine. You just need to decide which structure or a combination of structures is going to work for you. And the workbook that I mentioned is going to also walk you through this, as well as exploring your passions, brainstorming your idea from the ground up. It's going to help you choose the one that's likely to give you personally the best results, okay? So next, you want to identify and profile your target audience. This step is going to be helpful in every aspect of your business, from planning to growing. But it's important to go ahead and think it through now. This is one of those things that I really wish that I had been more thorough with in the beginning, instead of being so eager to get to the next step. Please don't skip it or think that you'll get to it later. You're definitely going to wish that you hadn't. I sure did. So go ahead and also at this point research holes in your market, your audience pain points, the solutions that you're going to offer, the solutions that your competition offers, or maybe the ones that they don't, and what's going to set you apart. Those are good places to find ways to set yourself apart from the competition. And again, the workbook is going to walk you through this in a little more detail. Now, next, you want to validate your idea. This is different from developing your idea, because this is the step where you're going to make sure that you're creating something that your audience needs and wants, and most importantly, that they're going to buy. All right. So as you were researching your target audience, you should have found out where they hang out online, and possibly offline as well. And you're going to want to put yourself in those places, because now you want to throw your idea out and get some feedback. So ask a few people who represent your target audience to test your products or services and give you some feedback. Remember, and this is really, really important, okay? Remember to keep a level head here. Don't take the criticism personally, even if it's not very diplomatic. Just find the value in them, in all of them. And adjust your offer accordingly, because this is a point where, again, you can make sure that you are offering something that is going to make you money, and that is the point, right? Right. Okay, so speaking of money, next we're going to budget your startup. Now notice that I'm not saying that we're spending any money here. We are just planning for the event that we have to, okay? So you want to go ahead and plan for everything that you think you may need to invest at some point while starting your business. You may even want to go ahead and go a little beyond that to launching and growing, okay? You need to know what you'll spend money on and where that money will come from. And this is going to be different for everyone, depending on the type of business you're starting and also the resources that you may already have available to you. This is a step that's going to be especially helpful if you need help at some point funding your venture. It's good to know from the beginning. In any case, if you're going to need that help from outside sources, and plan to obtain those funds, okay? How and where you will do that, okay? And so this is a good time also for me to mention that if you have any questions or tips about budgeting for your business, planning, funding, drop them in the comments below. If you have questions, I will be reading them and answering them. And if you have tips, we would all love to hear what you have to offer, okay? All right, so next let's write your business plan. I know this is not like a glamorous part of this process, but it is so necessary. It is so important. It is quite possibly one of the most important things that you will do, right up there with knowing your target audience like you know your best friend, okay? So now that you have your budget plan, you can start this. And this document is going to be used throughout the life of your business. It's also going to change, but it's a good idea to go ahead and draft it early. The first section that you're going to write is your executive summary. And there's actually a page in the workbook that's going to walk you through writing this. This is important because it is going to be the foundation for the rest of your business plan. And the workbook is also going to give you some more details about what else should be included in your business plan when you write the full plan. Now, you're also at some point going to want this plan to be branded. In the event that you do need to present it, that's going to be the professional look that you want. But right now we're worried about getting the most important and tedious parts out of the way. We can focus on branding it at a later time, okay? So next and finally, you want to establish your processes. Again, this is not going to be super fun, but it is super important. Your life is going to be so much easier if you do this now. And so while it may not be a whole lot of fun now, it's going to allow you, free you up to do the things that you really do love later on without having to worry about details, okay? So this is not only going to give you a standard that you can follow yourself, but if you bring any help on down the road, they'll be able to just jump in and learn your way of doing things quickly and easily so that they can help you get back to what you need to be doing. This is also a good time to create any templates that you're going to need. Now, these processes, these templates should cover everything from customer service to content creation and beyond. I mean, we're talking your email marketing, we're talking your social media templates, graphic templates. everything that you're going to need. So you want to really brainstorm this and think everything through really well, okay? All right, now, if all that doesn't keep you busy for a while, or even if it does, I also have some tips for getting your brand started without all the overhead too. So this is your actual identity, your visual identity, your brand messaging. This is typically something that you would pay a lot of money for, and rightly so. And at some point you're going to want to, but I do have some tips that can help you get started and at least have something that you can use and that will look professional now without that investment, okay? And you can find the link to that in the description below. All right, y'all, I am so excited for you to take this information and use it to make huge strides in building your dream business. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, and definitely drop a comment if you want to share a win. I always love that. And hey, if you're picking up what I'm putting down and you want more, make sure you subscribe to the SLC TV channel below and use the link that you can find in the description to join the tribe. All right, talk soon, y'all.